There we go, chat. Hello. I return. I'm just quickly moving you around so I can actually read you from my craft table. Because, yeah, my setup is seems a bit different. But yes, hello! Let's do a bit of crafting for the rest of stream, shall we? Shall we? Let me post it in the Discord. And of course it's reset. Because of course it has. Hi, Nuke. Yes, indeed. Very soothing stabbing. As you do. As you do. Hi, friend. I hope you're well. Happy Sunday. Let me figure out where to put all my tools and stuff again. There. There has to be a felting stab machine out there somewhere, like a tattoo gun with longer needle strokes maybe. I've seen people use them. So yeah, sure, they're definitely out there. Right, I detached this, but I can feel this one. On the magnet. You can tell that this mat is getting a lot of use. This side as well. But yes, friends, more stabbing. Maybe I do need to make a stab emote. Maybe I do. Damn. Oh, Sen, if you're here, I can hear Nikki is being a butt again. Maybe he feels better with me now that I'm doing crafting, because now I can put his perch on my chair. Mayhap that is what he wants. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if the stabbing even picks up on my microphone. It does if I put the microphone here. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, I do believe that I've seen people use them, but I'm not sure if that's like a modified tattoo gun then, or if it's a tool that exists, or you were just throwing ideas around. Yeah, no, it's not a bad idea. Evidently someone else has thought of it too, so. Oh dear. Hey, they're doing it in there. The search for electric felting machine gives, and it's exactly what you described. Ah, yeah. More primitive and conveniently cheaper variant. I don't want anywhere near me. Results. Yeah. Yeah. I understood what you meant, Voyage. Yeah. I think it's somewhere where in the typing there was a home button or something pressed and the cursor moved or something along those lines. I got you. Oh yeah, this is a lot of work. And I am eager to have it all look like this so I can finally start shaping it in the way that I want. Because right now I'm just transferring the pattern. just to get the outline on the fabric, like here, and then I can work from there. Yeah, I didn't have a brain for this at the start of stream, but now that my painkillers have started working, yeah, the brain feels a lot better, and I'm glad I can do some crafting. You know, just some cozy stabbings on a Sunday afternoon. As you do. You're crocheting pillowcases in the style of the blanket you made in Tunisian. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Never tried Tunisian crochet. I know of it, I know how it works. I've just not done it myself. I've not done crochet in a little while. But when I was in the mood for it, I'd injured my wrist, so... In my sleep, no less. Ooh! Cozy. Yeah, I've been thinking of trying knitting again. Sometime soon. I think I might be in the headspace for it now, where my brain does not get terribly confused about the fact that there's suddenly 2 hooks to work with instead of just the one. You know? Removing more pins because it feels like the fabric is bundled up weirdly. There we go. positioned my light differently so that I am no longer working in my own light, and yet somehow I still manage. I still manage to cast that shadow. Here we go. Yeah, I'll go around here. I am excited to start on the crescent moon soon though, but I don't want to do that just yet. Like, I am mostly terrified, not that this entire thing won't be symmetrical, but because like it doesn't have to be perfect, but that it ends up lopsided, that one wing's gonna be much higher up than the other because I can't fully see the pattern, and as I am working this shifts and stretches and warps with the fabric underneath, especially because with all the stabbings, I tend to tear the pattern layer, which is just a form of PVA, by the way, which what makes it water soluble. Which is why this looks, right here, this looks the way it does. because this all dissolves in water and turns sticky, but I only sprayed this part, so it's not fully dissolved, it's not fully gone, as you can see here. But once I've put the entire pattern on, I will dissolve the entire thing. And give it a gentle hand wash. I have to say it's rather soothing, just the rhythmic stabbing line by line. I'm trying not to think too much about the end result because that is what will make me anxious and panic and hoping that, oh god, I hope the end result is still good, but like, hey, right now, focusing on this part right here. I'm working on making this part good, and then move on to the rest. One thing at a time. Tell me, chat, what project are you working on? You are doing something creative, I hope. In whatever shape, way, or form. Programming, writing, drawing, any kind of fiber arts. Maybe something like sculpting. What are you working on, chat? Being creative is good for the soul. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes. You have to allow yourself to not have your project to be perfect. To allow yourself not to get caught by people saying you could make money out of this, because you don't have to make money out of this. You don't have to make money out of your creativity. Hell, I don't make money out of my creativity. My hobbies all cost me money. All of them. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. That's all it is, a hobby. A creative outlet. Something gives you joy and a sense of accomplishment. Going, hey, I made this. Feels good. Good for the soul. I look at things that people make in Minecraft, for example. I consider that to be creative. Whether you do that in the creative mode or in survival, is entirely up to you, but I find that really impressive. I've tried it many times, and I just end up doing the same old thing every single time I build a village. In the style of the Minecraft villages. Hi, Risatra! I don't think progressing through a dungeon on Final Fantasy counts for the assignment. But it's good to see you, though. You're allowed to hang out here, even if you're not being creative right now, friends. That's not what I'm trying to say. I don't mean what are you holding in your hands that you are creating right now. I mean, what's a project? What's a work in progress you got? Maybe it's so far into the work in progress stage that it's merely still in the flashing things out in your brain stage. That still counts. As long as you get those creative juices flowing. Not to make money off your crocheting, but I guess people wouldn't want to pay enough to make it worthwhile. That's the problem with crochet that I find. Yeah, because knitting, you have machine knitting, right? There's still some complex knitting things that a machine cannot do, but with crochet, a machine cannot crochet. We don't have machines. Anything that is crocheted, friends, is handmade. Someone put hours and hours and hours of work into that. When I was on a Christmas market in December with my sister-in-law and family, but my sister-in-law and I stopped by, I think, the only stall that we saw that had handmade things. And it had a crocheted blanket. Beautiful, corner to corner crochet. It was acrylic yarn, so I couldn't grab it. But it wasn't it was a stand that had a bunch of handmade things, and they were collecting money for charity. And the price label on this blanket, this gigantic, thick, warm, corner to corner crocheted blanket, was 10 euros. And I looked at my sister-in-law, who also crochets, and we both were just shocked. Like, there was no stand holder there. There was a I think they were on the other side of the little corridor that all the stands were in. So they had a stand on both sides of the corridor, and we were on the side that didn't have a stand holder, and we just looked at each other and we were like, there's no way. I think even 10 euros wouldn't even cover the yarn for this blanket, let alone the hours upon hours of work that went into this. Like, acrylic yarn is cheap. Just one of the reasons why I don't crochet as much anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I have an impressive stash of yarn, but I can't use acrylic yarn because I'm allergic, and it's the cheapest thing around. It's what everyone uses. It's also really easy. If you make little plushies with it, it'll start like fluffing up, but those strands, you just go over them with either gently with a heat gun or with a lighter and just take out all those fluffs, because you just melt them down, right? Because acrylics is a type of plastic. But even then, like for 10 euros for this big cozy blanket is just absurd. Like that does not even cover the material cost, or maybe even if it does cover the material cost, then that's it, right? Actually answer the assignment. Time being, setting up your book journal over the year still. Nice. Once that's done, I actually have a brain space to some writing this year. Hell yeah. Your sister crochets? And the hands used to function. You would knit. Can I wrap your head around knitting with one needle? Could no crochet, you're all are powerful, etc. I respect it, but like I feel that way the other way around. Like my brain just goes, we can do this with one stick. Why would you, what are you gonna do with the second stick? Where are you gonna put the second stick? What's going on? What do you mean? What do you mean that carries all the loops? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Why would you need a stick to carry the loops? And my brain just goes, nope, can't knit, can't do it. Although I would love to knit myself a nice chunky scarf or a chunky beanie, like out of wool instead of acrylics. But alas, because like crocheting that, I could crochet it, but it doesn't give me exactly the desired result. And I've tried crocheting a sweater because I'm allergic to acrylics. It's really difficult for me to find sweaters that are knit, like in knit in some shape, way, or form. So I don't have a chunky knit sweater because they're all made out of acrylics. And I tried crocheting it, but ambitious as I am, I did ambitious as I am, I did try to make a sweater, but I did it with cotton yarn, which is really fucking heavy. And I never finished the sweater. It's still half finished. I haven't even frogged it. It's just on a shelf somewhere, and I need to just do something with it. But yeah. You know. And I'd love to be able to knit, because that also goes a lot faster. Because another thing that I just, like... The only reason I am still working on my Monstera granny squares is because I can just make a singular square. Either I make a metric fuck ton of leaves and then later on turn them into squares, or I grab the leaves that I have and I turn them into squares, like whatever. I can just do one square and then be done with it. But with a sweater, that's so much counting. That's so much, like, it's it takes too long. I feel like with knitting, it unless you're going for a real elaborate pattern, you don't have to count as much. You don't have to think as much. But yeah. You're with me on this one, Voyage? You're not skillful enough for knitting? I'm gonna try, the yarn goes... Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's just... my brain cannot fathom knitting. Like, what do you need the second stick for? What's this bullshit? Who decided that we needed 2 sticks now? But granted, it's been a long time since I tried, and I'm gonna try again. And then at one point, a few years ago, I decided maybe if I increase the amount of sticks to such an amount that my brain can no longer yell at me for them suddenly being 2, then it gets better. So I tried knitting socks, and that's like 4. No, I couldn't do it, because then you still do 2, and then you move on to the next one, and you move on to the next 2, and you move on to the next, and you knit it in the round to make socks. So it didn't work. It didn't work. Who could have foreseen that would not work? Anyway. There's quite a lot of counting and knitting too, but I guess I was like that being math and nerd. Oh yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that as much. Like, I am also counting, but then again with crochet, nowadays I often also crochet from schematics. Which is quite fun. Because then there's symbols, and the symbols mean a number, and that is how you create the thing. So you try Tunisian crochet because the end result are kind of similar to knitting things, and it's so easy. Yeah, maybe that's the answer, but that's really thick though, isn't it? Because you put all the loops on your hook, and then there's the flexible little thing at the end, and then at the end you grab one thread and you pull that through everything, right? That's the Tunisian crochet, correct? Something along those lines, anyway. Oh, I still had a strand. Still had a little fluffy strand here. Almost ready to do the moon. Decided on doing this small wing down here before I move on to the one up top. Yes, but the way back through everything so it goes like normal crocheting, 2 stitches at a time. Ah, okay. Okay. You know what? Next time you're over and you have a Tunisian crochet project, you'll have to show me. Because I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around it without the visual. Just probably understandable. Hi Ron, good to see you. I hope you're well. It will do. Can I get a video on how to Tunisian crochet and watch it on repeat like you did? Yeah, throw it in the creatives channel. If you please. Kieran was telling me about a different type of a different type of crochet or knitting, or it was neither crochet nor knitting, but a secret third thing that, if done well, was so tight that it could be like water, not watertight, but like waterproof, like weatherproof. I should ask him about it. I only vaguely remember this. And I can't remember if it was Swedish or Norwegian either. I think it was Norwegian. Not dye your hair. There we go. Hi, Kieran. Didn't mean to call you out a lurk there. In fact, I didn't know you were lurking. It's good to see you. Not dye your hair. Rowan, you can't go dye your hair. This is a terrible idea.
Wow.
Voyage! Thank you for giving that sub to Kieran, aka It's Sidopolis. Where'd they go? Was this the reverse psychology you needed? You're welcome? Question mark? Ooh, what am I gonna get for you then? I think this one. This one for you, Kieran. Here we go. There's the paper chain. A small part of it, I must say. There we go. The combination of bratting and demanding avoidance makes doing things hard. Yeah, this is... yeah, I get that. But don't do it! You better not send a picture in the Discord when you've done it! Now shoo, off with you. By activating the fuck you can't tell me what to do button is something. Yeah. It is. And it's interesting that I know so many brats who actually just ask someone, usually they're dom, but if they don't have a dom, then it just ask someone to, hey, can you tell me not to do this? And then, you know, or hey, can you just tell me to do this or something? And even though the person actively asked for it, it's still very effective. Like for me, something like I've gotten better at motivating myself to do things, but what helped me a lot was to just tell someone, hey, can you just tell me that it would really help you if I vacuum my room or something like that? Because then I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for someone else, and then suddenly it's real easy. Which I do need to do, by the way. I need to see how I feel tomorrow. I was supposed to have my first physio tomorrow, but I'm still feeling this lurgified. I'm not going out. Listen, if it works, it works. Exactly. Exactly. I'm not disputing it. But yeah, if I'm still feeling like this, I'm not going out. But there's also another code orange announced now, which is remember Friday, chat? Remember when I said on Friday that, oh yeah, all the snow is gone, it's melted, and everything's green again, it's been raining. Yeah, not even an hour after stream, snow. And there's been snow again everywhere ever since, so we got another code orange. Of, hey, only leave the house if absolutely necessary. Everyone has had in the past someone telling you that you should shave your hair in the middle of the night? I mean, you better be on your way to dyeing your hair, or you have to say 5 nice things about yourself. 5 nice things, and no, you cannot say the same thing in 5 different ways. It has to be 5 different things. It's either 5 nice things or dyeing your hair. It's your choice. That's a remarkably cruel motivation. I do that sometimes. I don't use it often, but let it be known that it is in my repertoire. Oh, do you need someone to go first? It's fine. Or in the bathroom. Need to shave your sides first. That's allowed. I'll allow it. Ah, you've been lurking, napping the entire stream. Hello! That's good, you're getting your rest. That's important. I am doing your your favorite vocal stem. Maybe not your favorite, but one of the vocal stems of the house, the stab, 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 stab. Oh yeah, it's no secret that I have a dominant side. It's just that what I think I would more qualify as a soft dom, but it's really difficult for me to do that if I don't have the person in front of me, because I rely a lot on the cues that are not in the words. I pick up on a lot of micro movements and things in just someone's demeanor, and sometimes you can read what someone is afraid to say or unwilling to say or unable to say for whatever reason. And that's nigh impossible digitally. Even if you are like in a video call. Hey, give it a sippies. Eat it. Oh, you had to rescue Dorian. Then he had him trapped and needed to use Adobe. Oh, we took it for hair stuff. Yeah, I get that. You were not gonna have a nap, and now you conked out on the couch. I'm glad you got a nap. This is good. But like, because I'm a switch, I also have a submissive side that I'm not ashamed of or afraid of or anything. It's just that because I don't get those cues that I would normally pick up on, like online and digitally, I can come across as more submissive and anxious. But it's just that, yeah, sure, I am more anxious because I don't have the cues I need to that I learned to survive.
Come on.
But yeah, I do have sippies. And I shall have a sippy. There's something stuck in my chin hair. Do I have the wool stuck in my chin hair? And it's nope, it's a bright blue hair. Okay, never mind. I have like 5 chin hairs, chat. I'm really proud of them. I grew them myself. Just an all-out brat. Try doing down stuff for a couple times. It's very not. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's when you tried, and then a panic attack. Yeah, no, then it's not for you, and that's okay. That's okay too. Like, it took me so long to accept my dominant side. Try to hide it, but I have it. I very much do. And I enjoy it too. And it honestly, with my whole gender journey and everything, it should also not be a surprise that I am a switch, but you know. Yeah, like you could dom someone only if it's all from another dom, like be great assistant at doming, if that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. And it's not a bad way to start that journey, Sal. Not at all. Like when I started out was with another switch who basically guided me through the whole process. And I think, but then again, I am a sucker for a switch for switch dynamic. It's so good. There is nothing like the thrill of either being pulled into that submissive state when you thought you were being dominant, or finding a way in when you're when the other person thought they had you in submission, and then you flip the tables and suddenly you're in control. It's there's nothing like it. Honestly, there's nothing like it, and I very much enjoy that dynamic because it's the ultimate bratting to me. Like if it's not if you're not into, if you find out that dominating is not for you, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. To me, the ultimate bratting is you know, having someone put you in a submissive headspace, and then suddenly finding a way in to put the other person in the submissive headspace. There's nothing like it. But you can only do that with someone who also enjoys that, right? You can only do that with someone who is also a switch. Or at least exploring the other side. Hi, Lyra. You guys tried it? Was it a good learning experience? Yeah, exactly. Then we should... It would dom me more to sleep? Who that? Basically been doing the same thing Sal mentioned a bit ago. That's alright. Yeah, but Sal, you're also in a lot of pain, and your body is processing a lot, and that's okay. And it'll continue to do that for a while. A good roll switch hits your brain in a way that nothing else does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did that too for the longest time, Lyra. And honestly, I have... I mean, maybe it's because of what I'm experienced in, and I don't feel comfortable talking about my kinks and stuff specifically. Because, like, yeah, sure, I'm very open about sex and submission and me being a switch, but, like, very specific things I enjoy is a step too far for me. And, like, some things are okay to be a mystery, right? But it's... It's a matter of trust, and it's a matter of compatible kinks, whether or not I can dom. In a sexual setting, that is. Not for much longer, though! Yeah. Though the recovery will be very much that. Ben, recall that one woman in House Buggle that kept outliving her husband? Oh, she finally died, leaving her 6th and final husband. The one that I called the Black Widow, and you were like, she's not murdering her husband, I think. What a queen! What a queen! Good for her! You cannot do a joke about it, but it's still very personal. Yeah, and that's yeah, for sure. And that's okay. But it was, yeah. It was really nice. Like, that person and I are no longer together because we were sexually compatible, but not personally, like not compatible as friends or lovers or whatever. We were very sexually compatible, but not anything else. And it took us too long to figure that out, so yeah. Well, as far as I know, they're doing well, so that's good. But yeah, it was real nice to have that experience in like a safe environment with someone who did have experience being a dom, and to help me get that experience in a safe environment. And because they were also a switch like myself, it was real easy for them to even just for a minute to switch and take over and go, okay, maybe you could try this, or you could tell me this, or you could, what if you did that and that, and then it, yeah, it was a real nice way of doing that, I think. Just with someone who also knows both sides of the coin and gives you a safe way of exploring that without feeling the need that you have to now be the dominant and in charge, period. Hey Doug, welcome back. Imagine going to heaven though and all your husbands are there. Talk about reverse. You mean the game, not the conversation? Yeah, less intense indeed. You pick your words. Yeah, no, you've come into a conversation about kink and mostly just domination and submission and switching. That's what we're talking about. Because I I gave someone the way Rosatra put it, a very cruel motivation to do something. After they asked to be motivated to do something, so you know. Not Rosatra, someone else, but yeah. Honestly, you might want that with someone. You wanna at least try, don't you just see if you can handle it? Yeah. The reverse of harem, meanwhile, was simply incidental to this chat. As you do. Yeah, trust is such a huge thing. Exactly. As it should be, Ron. Because I found that the more you trust someone, the more you brat. We just ended up having some interesting conversations. Good. Good. But that's what it is, isn't it? The safety of it. Like... And I've said this before, friends, and I stand by it, but once you realize that kink is simply the desire to experience a taboo in a safe environment, no kink can hurt you. As in, you can just go, oh yeah, well, that's not for me. Have fun though, and move on. Whatever it is. Like, there are so many things that people then immediately go, yeah, but what about? It's not for you, and that's okay. Shut up. Let people enjoy things. Fuck off. Don't do it. If it's not for you, then don't do it. Yeah, but it's gross. Yeah, then it's not for you. Then don't fucking do it. Move on. Find something that does spark joy in your life, you know? Like, that's all that kink is. And I've had subs that were really ashamed to talk about their desires, and I'm like, hey, you know, I have some hard limits. Here they are. But these are some soft limits, which are open to negotiation, which are open to, hey, it doesn't work for me, but if this is what works for you, what you want, then we find something together that works for us both. You know? So you recognize your own emotional immaturity when conversations like this occur, and you have learned many times the hallway that you shouldn't engage in conversation about kink, as you always get it wrong. Hey, that's okay, duck. Like, if you don't engage in topics that make you uncomfortable, you can never teach your brain that they are safe to talk about, that it is okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. I'm wrong so often because I'm loud and opinionated, and my mouth is much faster than my brain at times, and then I say something and someone corrects me and I'm like, yeah, you're actually right. Or accept it less gracefully. But it's okay. There are no stupid questions. There are only people that react to it stupidly, you know? Alright, Albite, can I get a motivation to do your your base exercises? Ooh. If you're not done your exercises today, you should. I'm not really good at motivation. See, like, Rowan specifically asked me to tell them not to do something, which resulted in them doing the thing, you know? I don't know what makes you tick. Which is another reason why this whole, like, motivator thing is difficult. It's not a bad idea, by the way, but it's difficult. Because I don't know what makes you tick. I don't know what makes you squirm, what makes you do the do, you know? Trust is very important, not only in the other, but also in yourself, yeah. If you're having a bad day, you don't trust yourself to handle the consequences of your bratting, so you don't. Yeah, exactly. The only factor that matters is consent. As long as all parties involved agree, it's no one else's business. Yeah. Sub today to the Finley short stuff stream. Hey. And the quote from me, yeah, life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. It's true. It's true. You really appreciate the fact that you have several people around you now. You can say, fuck you, you can tell me what to do to. Your default position is still very much fun, trauma responsive, doing anything and everything that's asked of you, doing everything you can to anticipate any possible thing that might be needed from you, because that was how you learned to keep yourself in those grip. Yeah, exactly. And I feel that. I feel that in my soul, Ron. And I'm really glad that you have found the people in the safe environment now that you can rebel and you can just go, fuck you. You're not my real dom. Maybe not in those exact words, but that's what I say. Mostly for just a joke. You're not my real dom. I'm doing it, but not because you told me to. you know, uncomfortable, you just end up saying something and the people get offended, and then the trauma you experience kicking in and you leave feeling shit and less informed. I'm sad to hear that, Duck. I'm sad to hear that. But yeah, trauma is a thing. But you know, yeah, Nuke said it. One of my quotes, and I stand by it, that life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. You have to teach your brain that it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know? But I'm always like, I'm not telling you to, you're gonna sit here, you're gonna participate. Like, no, of course not. If you don't want to, you don't want to. That's fine. That's okay. That's allowed. Also, I sound really fucking... I'm still lurgified, friends, so like when I do that voice, it just sounds that much worse now that I am sick. I just realized. It's real graveling there, boy. Good times. And I understand the anxiety around it though, Duck. I really do, because, man, social blunders suck. As a fellow autistic, yeah, I've been there and I'm gonna be there many more times when I think, I'm gonna make a joke, and it's like, either it sounded more funny, it did sound funny in my head and it just falls flat because I realized the rest of the room does not have the context. And I would have to, I don't know, catch them up on the last 15 years of Tumblr for it to make sense. But I realized that after I've opened my mouth, I made a fool of myself. Or I read the room wrong and it's not the right energy. Or I don't know, say something really inappropriate because I'm used to making those kind of jokes around my friends. And it turns out I'm not my friends. I'm with people who are not, I don't know, all queer and neurodivergent. Do you think the response to get will different from community to community? Yeah. Some spaces are more forgiving when it comes to people accidentally saying the wrong thing, but some spaces aren't. And it is also, we talked about this a few streams ago, that it's also, this is text, right? There is no intonation, and the way we read things, the way I read things as a streamer as well, varies heavily from day to day, because it is, the way I read things is influenced by my mood, my experience, whether I am sick or not, or whether I have more patience, whether I'm so many fucking things. You're gonna say that trash metal ass voice. Yeah. So the reason I didn't stream yesterday, Lyra, is because I kept losing my voice. Like, I could still do that, but then it would just and gone. And I was sneezing. I sneezed so much. Holy shit. I sneezed so much yesterday. It was not funny. It was not good. I just kept sneezing constantly. There was just this, like, last night. Puggle, if you were wondering why I was so quiet in voice last night, it's because I was sneezing uncontrollably. I couldn't speak because I was just sneezing. I was just sneezing. I'm gonna take a sip now. Also, yes, Stal, you make a good point. Your trauma kicks in. It can be very difficult to recognize the difference between people setting boundaries and people being offended. Yes. It takes practice to learn to communicate with people. Absolutely. And when your trauma kicks in, it's also really hard to remember that the people you are talking to are not the people who hurt you in the past. that is something that I learned through therapy. That is something that really, really affected me, because when my trauma kicked in, it was just telling me everyone is against you. This is the same thing all over again. It's just like last time. These people are gonna hurt you like the other people have. You might as well just break it all off, run away, and not get hurt. But if you do that, then you never teach your brain that it is safe, and you never learn to communicate. The basic says you're gonna have to wait more now. You gotta get food. Food is important. Get that fuel. Get that fuel. And then tell me what exercises you're doing on the base. But yeah, it's not like trauma is one of those nasty things, but it wasn't created overnight, so it won't go away overnight, you know? And you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be kind to yourself and allow yourself to sit through, because even if you're anxious about making a social blunder, that is still a type of uncomfortable. That's still a type of discomfort. You have to learn to sit with it and through it to teach your brain that nothing scary happens. That it is not the same as last time. That it, you know, these are not the people that hurt you. And sometimes, yeah, you'll make a social blunder, you make a complete ass of yourself. But, yeah, it happens, man. It's part of life. Yeah, go get food. Shoo. Shoo. Get out of here. Yeah, but you could tell you that you're never gonna offend anyone ever again and your trauma won't kick in again. Yeah. I can tell you that it's universal to make mistakes. It is, but it's you can't force anyone to do anything, but it's thank you for saying that is what I'm trying to say. Very clumsily and in a roundabout kind of way. There we go. Thank you for saying that. There. He almost made an ass out of myself there. And I can't promise you that I'll always be graceful. And I can't, you know, because I'm only human. That's another thing. Like, I like to be held accountable, and I can't promise I always accept it gracefully, right? But, like, one of the things to me about feeling safe is I can just go Hammy, I almost screamed your name, and then it would have been again. And I can just go Hammy. It was not what I meant to say. Hi, Hammy. I hope you're well. ADHD? Who that? Anyway, one of the things that I really appreciate about this community and about my friends especially is that they can just call me out on my bullshit, and I can't promise that I'll always accept it gracefully, but like, I do appreciate it. My friends just go, Finn, you're full of shit, you know? Sometimes literally. But sometimes just, you know, to the point, like, yo, that's not cool, or that's not okay, or whatever. Surprisingly motivating. A little opinion. Or from Dumb. Hang on, I missed it. Time to die. It's a good day to die, Ron. Dye your hair, that is. One of the hardest things that you're still learning in amidst all the trauma and mistakes is it's not only allowed but encouraged to give yourself the same grace you give others. Oh, yep, I feel that. I feel that. God damn it, I did the voice and now my throat is like, you fucked bitch. Like, ah, god damn it. Hold, but yeah, Resetter, you also said, if you wouldn't kick someone else for making a mistake or getting something wrong, then why kick yourself over it? It's okay not to be perfect as long as you're open to learning and trying. Yeah, but it's not a dumb little opinion, Resetter. I think you're right, and I think that I myself am also still learning to breathe and be graceful about it, because I'm very to the point, but sometimes that also means that I'm a little barbarian and I rush to the you know, rush into rage and go for it when, you know, what I should have done was just breathe and take a second to think. And I'm still learning that. The great thing about me, says so me, Finn, is that even they don't understand, they would do the best, and if they can't, they will accept that something is a certain way for you and try to work with you. I've had many conversations, you've had many conversations with me, and we just went, okay, I don't understand, but that's how action wording makes you feel. How about I try? Yeah, exactly. You woke up today worse than yesterday? No! You got what I got, Hammy? Oh, fuck. Buddy, no. Buddy, no. Oh, you're gonna be a little snot machine. Oh, buddy, I feel so bad. You're on the other side of the fucking world, man. How? It's not a computer virus. No, I hope you feel better soon, Hammy. No, that sucks. That really, really sucks. Boo. You really appreciate how we avoid certain words and phrases because they're triggering to people. Yeah, more in a way of less in a avoiding and more in a like avoiding certain words, yes, but still finding ways to address the problem. Because avoidance gets you nowhere, but we can substitute words or find different ways of saying things, because yeah, if you end up with a triggered person or worse, Two triggered people. You're not getting anywhere. And sometimes we forget, and that's, you know, that happens. Because we are a household full of people with ADHD, after all. I'm glad all of us got the diagnosis now. That certainly helps. And medication, too. God, that has made such a huge difference. Yeah, words are hard. Words are hard, and again, you're just working with text, and I am working with text and intonation and what have you. Man, should not have done that voice. Fuck. I really enjoy doing all kinds of different voices and things. I'm really proud of. Thank you for the sippies. I will. I'm really proud of what I can do with my voice, like the different types of voices and the different pitches and the different whole bunch of things. I'm proud of that. It's fun. I like doing it. It comes so easy to me. But it was a bad idea today because the lurgy. Because of the lurgy.
It was not good.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing as well is you have to want to. You have to want to change. You have to be open to growing. There are so many people that I've met that are no longer a part of my life, that refuse to grow, that will always had an excuse why they couldn't do something, that would always have an excuse how it was everyone else's fault but theirs. And that's so, like, tiresome. Not just for me, but God, it's such a tired way to live, man. It's hard work, but it's so much easier if you just put the fucking work in. Also, Nuke, I really enjoyed Bullet Train. You asked me, like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes ago. I really enjoyed Bullet Train, but I'm gonna have to rewatch that. There was so much going on in that movie. So much, but it was good. It was a fun movie. He's so grateful for this community and the household. Not only has it helped you grow as a person, it's allowed you to help others get on the path of healing. Yeah! I am really, really happy with and proud of this community as well. Yeah. It's nice. We built this. It truly is Shenanigans the movie. It is! Yeah, I won't spoil the how and what and everything, but like at the end, someone says to someone else, hey, I have some reading materials I'd like to recommend to you. One of them is like living with borderline personality disorder, and I'm like, bitch, how dare you call me out? What is this? No, I haven't read the material. I went to therapy for it. But yeah. Can recommend. I started it. I found a lot of like-minded people. And we build a community together, for sure. Related to Bullet Train, wow, it's a wild book too. What, the Bullet Train the book or the Living with Borderline? Or just yes in general. But yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that movie again. Maybe with subtitles, that helps, because I'm a non-native English speaker, so I'm like, in the Netherlands we don't dub our movies, we have subtitles unless they're like kids shows and stuff, or kids movies, then we do them in Dutch, but otherwise all movies will be in the original language with subtitles. But the movie yesterday didn't have subtitles. So I actually had to listen and pay attention? How do people watch movies like that? But I suppose it's much easier if you're a native speaker. Like, it would be easier for me to listen to a Dutch movie. Oh, yeah, not here. Voyage, not over here. Because I did have a look, but it didn't occur to me that other places might have it. I do have auditory processing disorder. Hell yeah! High five. It sucks for you too? Yeah. For me, because I grew up with subtitles, like, one of the reasons I learned English at such a young age is because, not all kid shows were dubbed. And video games were not available in Dutch. My options for the Pokemon games, were either English or German. So, because my German at the time was better than my English when I had my little Game Boy Color, I played Pokemon in German. But my German wasn't perfect, which is probably why I never really got into Pokemon. It's because it wasn't available in my language. And that's why I probably don't have as much of nostalgia with it, because I didn't really get into it because it didn't grab me, you know? It didn't grab me as a kid because it wasn't in my language. It makes so much sense now. Suddenly the clarity. It hits me. It's okay, Voyage. It's fine. Unless you wanna host it tonight, and we'll do a rewatch with subtitles. Maybe it makes sense the second time. You realize why you like the sound of the felting so much? It's extremely similar to Ahsoka doing her fan scratch. It is! Oh my god, you're so right. I'm so glad we got rid of that bell on her collar, though. She was wreaking havoc, the little shit. So Ahsoka is one of our cats. And, whenever she really wants something and is offended by it, she will sit and she will scratch her collar repeatedly, basically in the same rhythm and fashion that I do my felting, the stabbing. Well, now we just hear the sound of her scratching her collar, but there was a brief period of time where she had a bell on that collar, and she would just, whenever she wanted something, she would just scratch her collar and have the bell. The bell was so fucking loud. And it was her way of getting our attention. It was so annoying that we took the bell away. Like, alright. Enough. Yeah. Did anyone want to host it or a different movie that's available here? Yeah! Thank you, I will. Yeah, it doesn't have to be tonight. I'll definitely rewatch it. Even if it's just with the fam on the couch, maybe. Because it's a fun action movie. It's just so much chaos. I know Sen wanted to watch it as well, but he was feeling too under the weather last night. But yeah, exactly, Zal. That just, it's true, I cannot unhear it now. Zen agrees that the stomach is exactly. Yeah, no, I hear it too. Like the rhythm. Yes. Wow. Can't even speak anymore. But yes, it does sound exactly like that. Got that tism rhythm, chat. Is that the Swedish chef? Are you calling me the Swedish chef right now? Cause listen here, you little shit. You're not wrong, but also how dare you? And thanks for the biddies. Can't believe this is my legacy. Yes, me. Me. Me playing video games with friends in the evening when I'm tired, especially when it's on a day that I've streamed, and then in the evening, because you know I've been chatting a lot, regardless, and then in the evening playing games and then trying to speak, it's like nope. Word quota exceeded. Engaging gibberish. Deploying gobbledygook in 3, 2, 1. Thanks, brain. Oh no! Thanks.
Penis?
Gibberish penis. My gobbledygook. My hubris. I'll put that on my to-do list. Hold on, I'll post a marker. There. I now have a marker on my VOD, and then I can create a clip of that later. And I'll put it on my Toto. Because I did all of this. Lip command? would have, and it will. Might even make that a sound alert. Could you imagine if that's the 100 bits alert and then the text to speech starts? Ooh, or that. Yes. Honestly, it would not be bad for the Funkels. I don't think I have a sound alert for that one yet. But I hadn't realized the clip command broke. That's good to know. There we go. Ah. Hell yeah, Voyage. Thank you. That's awesome. I will still, it's still on my to-do list to check the command because the clip command evidently broke. But Firebot had a big update a while ago. And I'm gonna be honest with you, chat, I did not go through all my commands. So there might be more broken ones, who knows? But yeah, now I know, and I'll look into it. You're back! Your now has dye in it. Hell yeah! I need to not do anything for probably a couple of hours until I have the spoon to wash it out again. Yeah, I feel that. Another reason why I want to pay a professional to do it for me, but it's so expensive! And I've decided that I am in dire need of glasses. because I haven't been wearing the round glasses because they broke. They're scratched and they are rusting, and they have been for a long while. But yeah, it's to the point where it's in my vision. I can't wear them anymore because the scratches are in my vision. So which is why I've been wearing these black rimmed glasses again, which I usually wear for things like crafting and garden work and things around the house. And these are also starting to get scratched because of that, and I need to have them adjusted because the leggies are uneven. Whoops. So yeah, I haven't made an appointment with my optometrist yet, but I will soon to have my eyes checked again and then pick out a new pair of glasses for my Christmas money. I was going to use that for my hair, but honestly, I need the glasses. I really need the glasses. And like my chair situation I need to figure out as well, but that can wait because I have a chair to sit on and it's just like, it's not optimal. It's not my preferred point of view that my camera is on now for streaming when my face cam is on. But it works, you know, and I have a chair that works, so yeah. So yeah, glasses first. Alright, that's this wing almost done. Read this line and these dots here. I'm really glad you have the dye-in for sewing without being an issue. Yeah, unlike the bleach. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, speaking of eyes, I'm gonna put some drops in my my eyeballs. There we go. You get your glasses from because it's so much cheaper than getting them literally anywhere in person in the UK. Yeah, it would be cheaper if I was able to get them from websites as well, but because I have the binocular vision, I have a prism correction in mine. And I found one website that says they can do it, but I'm hesitant, to say the least. Like, I would love to be able to have glasses for 150 euros instead of 400. But I'm not sure they will give me what I need. Like, I would love to have 2 or maybe even 3 pairs of glasses for the same price as I get one now, but I don't know. I'm hesitant. I'm really hesitant. Maybe we need to come here and take advantage of the conversion rate. Ah, yes, let me quickly book a ticket. That's probably twice as expensive as a pair of glasses. So we were just sitting on a blanket chest in the living room, and Balti came in and ate from his food bowl, and the took did nothing but look at him. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I'm afraid it will, Sal. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to visit. You totally remember that tickets cost money. Yeah. Yeah. And where would I stay? Not to mention, I would probably have to... Actually, would I? I'm not sure. Would I need a visa? Would I need vaccinations? I don't know. Never really thought about it. Probably, yeah. Yeah. Alright, friends. We have ads starting now, so I will get up and walk around for a bit. And I'll see you all in 3 minutes. Go grab yourself some hydration or a snack, or take your meds, or check your laundry. You know the drill. Hello? I returned. Sorta kinda. Hi, I'm back. I had to also grab some hydration. Also, hi! Welcome back, Zbadian! I hope the shopping went well. Alright. Oh, just these dots here. Let's see. And then this line. I think I'll do this line now. Restart it a bit. Split you? Yeah, I'll split you. There. Shopping went well. Nice. I need to swap my needles. Yep. You were laughing on the way there? Was the person moving on a slippery road and slipped a couple of times without falling? I walked on the sidewalk with loads of grip. On the compacted snow? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would also rather walk on the snow than on the smooth, icy road. Sometimes people do such weird things. I think the logic might have been, I don't know this person or their way of thinking, but maybe the logic was that, like, hey, they grit the roads, like they put salt on the roads, so maybe it's less slippery there. But what people forget is that the salt and the grit only works if like cars actually drive over it and it gets like used and rubbed in. But then again, if it freezes over again, then it just turns into ice. But I think a lot of people have the default of, yeah, they put salt on here so it's safer. When the compacted snow, like the not the fully compacted snow, but like the just snow has more grip. Or you have more grip on snow. Jesus Christ, man, words! What are words? My words quota has been exceeded. There is a clip. There is proof. I don't have to speak words any good more. Yes. Anyway. Oh, these two lines are too close and they're now blending into one. I don't want that. There we go. It's okay, we'll fix it in post. I am not fully compacting these lines anyway. Like, they are stuck, but they're not permanently fixed. Just so I'm only transferring the pattern and I can move it around as I damn well please. So, we bought a flowering cactus? A Lego? Or an actual cactus? You could clearly see the ice sheets on the road. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, I was supposed to have physio tomorrow. But with the code orange they've given, I don't think I can get there. Also, I'm not fully recovered yet, at least today. So I don't want to risk it either. Lots of rain and 7 degrees tomorrow? Okay. Okay. That's different than today, yeah. Hi, Karma. Yeah, more stabby. More stabby indeed. I saw, alas, the heretics are getting another week of rest. Okay, we'll see where that goes. Poke's practically already dead when trying. Yeah. Wait, what? Poke is practically already dead when trying to save my own skin. What are you? What? What? Huh? Oh my god, I clearly missed something in your session. Don't worry about it, Puggle. Love you. How are the wives? And between maybe talk about almost. Ah, karma. Karma, karma, karma. You should know better than to make typos on the internet. Or mishearing something, or I don't know, speaking gibberish like the Swedish chef. Like, Goats is still not letting me live it down. To be fair, I also joke about it, but the time when I tried to say superstore and stuttered, so instead I said superstore, that's still a thing. Because we were playing Helldivers, so yeah. It's Stupor Earth. You hate Swedish Chef means who hates Swedish Chef, man? No, that's fine. You're allowed to dislike things. Exactly. There we go. There we go. It's me trying to speak when I'm tired. Yeah, it is. I also like the Muppet. A finch. You had new visitors. I'm really excited to see who eventually moves into the cozy little birdhouse you made. I know that Musse, so house sparrows, the little guys, they prefer companionship, so they usually make bigger nests with many of them, all of them in there, like or at least very close together, like in bushes or in trees. So if you put there's special bird houses that are like 3 or more houses together because the little guys like companionship. They really like having their friends close by, whereas most birds will be territorial around their nests and would like some space, but not the little house sparrows. The house sparrows want their friends close. What's a koolmeesje in English? Is that the great tit? Yeah, it is a great tit. Aha! The bird chat before you get excited. I know you lot. You don't have any sparrows on your balcony? No, they will find spots that they can sit with a whole bunch of them together, like I said, like in bushes. But for example, and I really hope we get the families back this spring, but they're supposed to be breeding year-round. But we used to have a whole flock of house sparrows living in the front of our house under the shutter blind boxes, because the boxes for the shutters on the outside would be directly under the roof. So there was a small space that was under the roof and on top of the boxes for the shutter blinds, so they would live all of them together. They would make such noise, and like when the sun was setting, you could hear them all shuffle around. Their tiny little feet tap it. Deletes message. Sell. Like the little tippy tappies on them. and all the noise and the annoyance when they all had their own spot, so they all had to shuffle around, and then sometimes someone would get yeeted out on the other side and had to fly back to the other side and get back to their spot, and it was such a ruckus always, but it was so lively and it was just so nice to have in the house. But yeah, the hot summers, the heat waves have not done them well. Just sad. We love great blue tits on your balcony, the birds, not the body parts. I mean, that, yeah, if it was the body parts, that would make for an interesting display, I'm sure. And the Eurasian jay came looking as well. Ooh. It was colder that until we make some type of shape for the box. Another, yeah. It got too hot. Yeah. Yeah, it did. It really did. And I hope they found a cooler, safer place to live. Because there's like plenty of barns and stuff around, but it was, yeah. It didn't help that it was like directly in the hot, hot sun as well. Lambs again. Oh! Of course, yes. That's what a jay is. I was wondering which one that was. Alright. That's this part done. It's tactile. Because of all the ridges. And now moving on to this part. Still have quite a bit to go. Quite a bit to go. Well, yeah. Getting somewhere. I'll finish this small part here, this line. And at least the bottom half of the wing is done. And I can do the big outline. So I think I'll slowly move out instead of doing the full outline. Like I've been doing with the rest of it. And you heard the wonder in my voice. Ah, yes. Little inflection. A little sense of wonder in my voice. It's true. It's true. You heard correctly. A little hint of curiosity. Yes. Sorry, I'm getting poetic. I don't know why. Probably, I blame the narrator. From Stanley Parable.
Wow.
Excuse me? How many? 10? Varian! Thank you! 10! Oh my! Got it. 1, 2, 3. 4. Come on, I had other colors too. Where'd they go? 5. Ooh, 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. I do too. All good beans. All good beans. Thank you so much. Alright, it'll be sounds of a stapler. Because I tried to do this with tape, but my tape wasn't strong enough. So at one point I was just vibing, casually, hanging out in my room, and suddenly one by one the links started coming undone. So I had the paper rustling behind me. I was like, the fuck's going on? And then the thing came crashing down. I was like, oh, okay, I need to do this differently. Oopsie whoopsie. Four. There we go. I did! I'll show you! I'll show you once I've added these all together. And then I'll show you how big the chain is so far. Actually, I'll do this one. Oh. Yeah, that it helps if I I actually have staples. I'm okay, chat. Don't worry about it. Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. Here it is so far. Hi, Fireball. Thank you for saying thank you and welcome on in. I hope I have a good stash of paper. Zabadian has been really generous already, and other people have been subscribing and gifting, and yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, this is the one I added for your gift sub earlier, Voyage. I did get an, actually I want to do this inside out. I did get more paper because I mostly had Christmas designs left. So I grabbed the ones that were least Christmassy. And then I got some really beautiful watercolor, actually I think it's alcohol ink designs, I don't know, colorful ones as well. Where's my stapler? There. My stapler was buried under all the links in the paper chain. Yes. Yeah, paper chain. I'm gonna put it back now. Almost 5 years? Wow. Nice. It's almost as long as I've been doing this. 11th of April. Ooh, nice. Yeah, a lot has changed. You've been here for a lot of the changes as well, then, Zip. It's interesting. I realized the other day that I've been using they, them pronouns on Twitch longer than I haven't been. It sure has been a ride. My journey here on Twitch. Oh, hi! Hi, Eris! Happy Sunday! I hope you're doing well. I did one of my raspy voices earlier as a reflex because I like to do my voices and things. Not realizing that I'm still lurgified and now my throat hurts. Oh, actually I have lemon drops. I'm being a fool, chat. Lemon.
Wow.
6 months. Sebastian! Thank you for giving 6 months of a tier 1. Oops, excuse me. Tier 1 sub to Eris Ptolemy! You are so generous today. Hello? Thank you. I always get a green link on the paper chain. I just put it back. I just put it back. It's the end of the financial month for you. 11. Yeah. I had to respond to a message real quick. But I am back. No, Finn, stop. Do not do... Oh, Chad, I can't even do my deep voice anymore. My deep, raspy voice. But I got a lemon drop. Well, I stab something repeatedly. As you do. As long as you have enough reserves to you spend your money each month so that you don't keep it all for yourself. You have a couple of days, you'll get salary again. Yeah. That's what that means, Eris. That it's soon payday for Zeb, and he is sharing the love, and it's appreciated. And thank you for explaining, even though you don't have to, but it's good to know that you take care of yourself too. And I know you also get yourself nice things, like a Lego cactus. So you're getting the Enterprise? I'm not sure if I actually asked, and I can't remember your answer. But are you? I wouldn't know where to put that, also. Yeah! There's some really cute ones from the Lego Botanicals. I got an orchid for Christmas, which is from the Botanical series from a few years ago. A Nikki-like pixel parrot? Stop! That's so cute! You already have that one. Nice. I'm considering buying a second to make a Nebula class. Holy shit. 11509. Is that the newest one? Is that the massive one? And you never get the chance to check Legos on like Minecraft as a theme because of your gremlins. Look into it for yourself. I feel like it'd be a fun hobby. Yeah, I find it relaxing. Just that I don't really know where to put it and things. So now I have the orchid and I have the bonsai, but I am planning on redoing my entire background. Because it's just, like, over the years, and over the time that I have had this specific setup, because I've moved setups, I've moved rooms, like, several times, but over the times that I've had this specific setup, I've just been adding things to the background. So now it feels really cluttered to me, and because of my chair broke, so now I can't have my desk in stand mode constantly because I no longer have a chair that can be accommodating for a stand mode. Yeah, all the things that I put on top are the crafts that I made are no longer visible, and now a lot of things that used to be out of frame, like my makeup, my makeup and other storage things are now in frame, and I'm like, I need to swap some things around. I don't like this, but yeah, I want to change some things. I also want to move some things around in my setup that where my crafty cards now are, that they are out of view, but in a place that I can actually use them as crafty cards again. Because right now they're just static storage because I can't really move them anywhere. But yeah. Oh, the flowering cacti. It's relatively small. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the Enterprise, yeah. Finally emerged from bed. This may prove to have been a mistake. Oh, Hammy. Hamter, if you haven't taken painkillers already, please do. Because if you do have what I have, you'll get a fever. And the painkillers will help you fight that, okay? Painkillers are not just painkillers. And they're good for you, okay? Don't deny yourself. Unless you have a medical reason why you can't take them, of course. I'm not a medical professional, but... do not deny yourself painkillers. Give your body the help it needs to fight that fever. Also, remember to keep yourself hydrated. Exactly. And then the solution will be more cowbell. Yeah. Yeah. Your mom will know. Text your mom. Tell her I said hi. I don't care if she knows who I am. Just realized it's such a fucking power move to just randomly go, tell your mom I said hi. Like, not what I meant. I'm resisting the urge. Hammy, I need you to know that I'm being so good right now and not making more jokes about me and your mom getting along well, okay? I need this to be on record. Even about a new Japanese painting when it was sold out. Aww. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. Wow. Tell your mom I said what's up. She'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Fuck's sake. See, this is what I mean when I say my mouth is faster than my brain, okay? This is exactly that. I have a joke with a friend of mine, and whenever they say, "Oh yeah, I'll be hanging out with so and so," or "I'll be having a call with so and so later," I'll just go, "Tell them I said hi." And there was one point where they went, "But they don't know you." It's like, yeah, that makes it even better. That's why it's funnier. Tell them I said hi. So it became a bit of a running joke. And even if I haven't said tell them I said hi, that they'll just go, "Finn says hi," and then just not elaborate. And just and I like to think that they actually do that. I don't know if they do, but I like to think that they do. It would be funny as hell. It was faster than my brain. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Hammy's mom would. You know what? Please. They don't know you. Can you, like, commit to the bit? Can you, like, lock the fuck in here? I'm funny. Oh. Oh my god. Don't you say anything about Hammy's mom. She's terrific company. That's why I saw you in the neighborhood the other day, Puggle. Good to know. I don't know why, but the thought of going, "I'm funny" in complete earnest is killing me. No, but like you have to, you don't just say "I'm funny." You have to genuinely go, can you lock the fuck in? I'm funny. Like, yeah, dude. You have to. No, you don't understand. You must do this because I'm funny. This is, or, no. I don't care if you like it. This is.
Fuck you.
Not this. Not this. Is this my legacy? Oh my god. Twitch's notorious mom fucker. It's me. I'm your stepdaddy now. Oh god. No, wait. You know what? Never mind. Hell yeah. Oh no. The MILF Master, as some might say. Yeah, that is what they call me. I did not, Sal. I'm too busy being the MILF Master here. Too busy texting Hammy's mom. It's fine. Don't worry. No, you can't, but that's okay. Hammy, I just saw your DM. Master. Don't need that stamp to get me to call you daddy. Oh no! No, not this. Not this. What have I done? You somewhat ship it. You don't know if I could handle her, but you support this? Oh, you mean Hammy's mom, not all her moms. Oh my god. I mean, in for a penny. In for a penny, am I right? So, like, oh no, oh my god, what is a... Hammy's mom has got it going on. Yeah. Oop, that was a hiccup. Right there, I saw it. MILF Master and Clit Commander. It's me. Oh, thank you, Sal. My thermos needs a clean. It had black tea in it. So if Finn is a MILF Master of Hammy's mom, does that mean... What? Hold on. I mean, no longer jack off all traits? Who am I jacking off? What does that have to... The labia leader. Jesus fucking Christ. It's fine. Oh no. Oh no. Hell yes, Al. I can't believe you called me Commander Clitoris. At the helm. Anyway. Cervix champion! Oh, wow. Let's go though. I can only use that in some places in the world, Sal. Maybe not for Happy's mom, but... Oh, send help. There's Spock excurg everywhere for eyes to see. Not the spurk. Chat, we have ad starting soon. I need a breather. Take this time to grab some hydration, you thirsty fucks. And check in on your moms, okay? Maybe not Hammy's mom, but you know what? I'm not judging. I'll see you in a few minutes. Private Punani. Okay, that's it. All right. There we go. Hammy, your mom says hi, by the way. The pube pleaser. Yes, the non-military approach. I can get behind that. Just like your. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, she was busy. I'm trying really hard to make good, chat. You're making it. You're not making it easy. Good times, chat. Oh, good times. So if we're doing non-military terms, would it be a clit connoisseur? Is that something? Is that anything? Yeah. Better than a clam cobbler, not this. Not this. Why does a clam need shoes anyway? Okay, the colors are blue. We take a pair of another screenshot, but a mini Nikki attempt on the AC channel. Oh, that's so cute. Clogs. Hang on. I feel like we're straying from the path here, chat. I don't know if there was a path, but I'm not sure we're on it. Clam clogs. Next time someone needs a drawing prompt. Oh goodness, maybe we should Nuke, maybe we should save these horrific ideas and then make prompts for Inktober. Just see how many we can collect. January is a good time to start as any. Oh goodness. Tiffin, hello. Oh my gosh. Oh my, hello friends. Welcome on in. Oh goodness, hold on. Let me put the perch of my bird back on the floor because he's not here today. Let me switch over to here to show you my face. Hello. Hello. Hi, everyone. It's me. I'm Finn. My pronouns are they, them. And I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. Hi, hello. How's it going? Because my parrot has been here today, there's lots of fluff and my camera's having trouble focusing. But yeah, welcome in. What were you working on? What were you working on today? Was it more cursed Furby? Was it more cursed Furby? Is that what it was? That hoodie is amazing. Oh, it's so much better. It's so much better. It's not a hoodie. It's a onesie. And I'm Cthulhu. And it's super comfy. But yeah, hi friends. I'm working on the MothCloth today. Sculpting a Skaven, there we go. Skaven, rat mask. Cool! Let me show you. My boy, my pride and joy. This is George. Thank you for the shout out, Lyra. Oh. This is George. Yay. My little Georgie poo. I'm still working on it. He needs some shaving, some sculpting done. But yeah, this is my first attempt. Well, no, technically the Ewok. Technically the Ewok is my first attempt at like a fur suit, but but George is gonna be a partial. I have legs and wings, and I have gloves with talons, and I have feet, and the mouth moves when I'm wearing the mask, and I'm really proud of this. Doing a salty sea captain stare, yeah. George has been on the shelf for a while. My boy. But I want to work on him again. My clippers broke. And I've only recently acquired new ones, so I can now finally shave this. Goodness. The bell from my lamb cosplay. If you go down to my about section, friends, you'll see more of my cosplay things that I've done. But yeah, it's chaos up here. The background will be renewed soon, TM. Very soon. But yes. Hi! I have seen you work on the mask. I didn't know you were still sculpting it. Nikki's eating carrot again? Good. Nikki's my rescue African Grey. He's not with me, but he's in the kitchen. And now. But yeah, let me show you what I am working on today. Oh, Project MothCloth is rather big. I don't think I can show the entire thing. But this is a cloak, a wool cloak, a winter cloak, and the weather would be perfect for me to wear it, except I've decided to needle felt this design on the back, shoulder to shoulder. And the pouches on the front are these. This one's fully done, except for the wet felting to set it. This one needs some more filling and a bit more fleshing out. But yeah, these are the pockets that go on the front with a raven and a cat skull, respectively. And then this is what I'm doing on the back. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Clipper's breaking, it sucks, been there, yeah. I didn't really have the finances to buy new ones. Up until recently, so yeah. Yeah, this is black wool. It has fake fur around the trimming. This is the hood. And the front, I can actually show you the buttons now. The front has moon cycle buttons on two sides because there's a front panel that the pockets go on. Yeah. Gonna pop it. Yeah, no worries. I completely understand. I call it my crafter math. When I've done craft streams, I get you. I totally get it. Go raid and run. Thank you so much for bringing your people over here. And also that goes for anyone who has either been hanging out here for a while or came in with the raid. Friends, if you need to go and take care of yourself, please do. It is the most important thing, after all. You are the only person you are guaranteed to spend the rest of your life with. Better make it worthwhile. Yeah. Have a lovely evening. I need to take another sip. I'm still lurgified. It's a bit better, but I like to do silly voices. And I forgot that that's a bad idea when you're ill. So my voice is protesting. Is not happy with my decisions to be silly. And I think that's rather rude. Also, fair warning, raiders, if you've not been here before, this is officially an 18+ channel. It's not like I'm talking about sex all the time, but be aware that there are topics that we do talk about here that are of an adult nature. And I am prone to swearing. So you have been warned. Like, for instance, before the recent ad break, we had I told a friend of mine to say hi to his mom and then realized what kind of a power move that was. And, well, let's just say I've acquired some new titles thanks to chat. So if that's not your cup of tea, that's absolutely fair. Fair and valid, friends. But don't say I didn't warn you. Why does it keep doing that? It's like the second time it's held the word MILF Master. Yeah, which is one of the titles I've apparently now acquired. I'm not sure I should be putting those titles in my about section. I'm not sure that gives the right vibe, but... It does fit the title of professional troublemaker, I think. New merch incoming, not this. Not this. I don't have any merch at the moment. wasn't sure if there'd be a market for it. But then again, I also thought there was no there was no demand for my VODs, and I was proven wrong. Because I had someone reach out to me that they were looking for a specific playthrough of mine. I was like, well, those are archived on YouTube, but I guess I could, I guess I could publish them. And they were like, yeah, please do. I wanna see this and that. And so I was like, okay. So I worked several hours over the past 2 days, and now I have a VODs channel. Exclamation mark VODs if you want to see what other shenanigans I get up to. There is a whole playlist of all the things I made for George, as well as several playlists for playthroughs of games that I've done, because I am a variety streamer. And there is a playlist for other random crafts and bits and pieces I've done. So if you're interested in my work, that's where you can find the VODs. Be aware that so far I spent I think well over 8 hours just getting all the footage out there. Getting the correct tags and making sure that there's at least some kind of closed captions on them. But it is still raw export from Twitch. Like, the starting soon scene is in there, the breaks are in there, but thankfully it's YouTube and you can just scroll ahead. But yeah, that's on the list of things that I'll potentially do sometime later this year. But at least now I no longer have the gigantic, daunting backlog of several videos just raw export to YouTube. Automod does not support MILFs apparently, but at least this time it wasn't smart detection. Like earlier in the stream it withheld something that it didn't do before, and it told me it was the smart detection feature, and I was like, get out of here. I don't want a smart detection on my auto mod. Are you insane? The fuck? I don't want machinery to think for me, thank you very much. Oh, no. So yeah, I'll need to go into my Twitch dashboard and see whatever the fuck they've activated for me now. If I can just turn that off, because no thank you. Auto mod. Yeah. And though somehow I'm not inclined to fully turn it off either, I don't know. Maybe I should. Like, there are several blocked phrases and terms in this channel. Just for my own peace of mind, my own safety, my own mental health. There's just some things that I do not want to talk about. Period. Real mods to thank for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I also feel like I'm in a different place that I was a few years ago. Like, I am, like, there's still several things that I don't want. Like, it's just Twitch etiquette, right? You don't bring news and current events into a streamer space without them bringing it up first. That's just basic Twitch etiquette, because yeah, I'm live on the internet, and whatever you put on the internet is there forever in some shape, way, or form. And expecting people to do a live reaction to something that has happened recently, it's just not cool. It's just not okay. But yeah, I'm also in a better place to like point that out now than I was several years ago. I'm very glad that thanks to therapy that I've had, I no longer freeze. I mean, I still do sometimes. I still freeze and I don't know what to do or say, because I've never dealt with a situation like that before, but I'm not afraid to speak up anymore. Which has been good. And sometimes that means that I lose viewers or even community members. Like, c'est la vie. I set my boundaries and I enforce them. But this is my house. You know? And thankfully, thanks to the wonderful community that I have cultivated here, that you have all helped me create, it's rarely necessary to do that, you know? It's been a good stream today, actually. We've had some silly billy giggles, but we've also had some serious topics, and I appreciate you all for the way that it was dealt with by everyone. Topics we preached. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. It's a really nice one. And I feel like some of those conversations I can only have when I am crafting. Like, I can't... I'm not good at sitting and talking shit. I need something to do with my hands. You live on streamers, set boundaries and enforce them. Even if you sometimes cross them, you feel safe in the communities you frequent. Thank you for saying that, Sebastian. That is good to hear. It's also a sign of emotional maturity. Because yeah, like, all of us are going to cross someone's boundaries at some point. You can't avoid that. Because sometimes you're not aware of a boundary existing. Which is something that I need to remind myself of as well, right? So we get new people coming in, and I'm like, oh shit, these people have not been a part of this community, and it's maybe their first time here. Like, oh, they're not aware that, I don't know, something. I can't even think of an example right now. Oh yeah, my pronouns, for example. Like, people may be new here. They might not be aware that my pronouns are they, them. And that I'm really strict and particular about them. So just going, oh yeah, by the way, my pronouns are they, them. And then they go, oh, sorry, and then correct themselves, like, yeah, now you know. We move on. And sometimes people that have been long-term community members still, like, slip up every now and then. It happens. It happens, friends. Like, even my friends still slip up. Hell, even I slip up with some of my friends sometimes. It happens. It's not malicious. And it's just... You apologize, you correct yourself, and we move on. And that's it. You know? Hi, Danae. Welcome on in. Yeah. And as long as you're trying your best. You slipped up. Sorry, Sal, I couldn't resist. Yeah, friends, I slip up. I slip up with myself. Like, the other day, I was playing The Sims. Sims 4. And I made myself as a character to just explore some new features. And as I, like, of course I wasn't saying it out loud, but I was thinking it about my sim, and then I used she, her pronouns, and I'm like, you idiot, you set they, them pronouns in the fucking game. This is you. You create it yourself in this game, and you slip up. It's like, it's so easy. And yeah, sometimes it does make me sad when people slip up, even though they've been here for a long time. But like, shit, I misgender myself, man. I don't mean to, but it happens, and, you know? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, correct yourself and continue. There we go. This is true, Puckle. Puckle, have you got the extension? Have you got the extension to work? Or are you not changing the? Though I do, your pronouns do say he, other. Or do we just address you as the Puggle? And nothing but the Puggle? That's valid too, friends. If you don't want pronouns, just use your name. Yeah, that's okay. I'll try my best. Puggle helping. Sauce. I have AAAs here if you want them. I'm not sure those are the ones you brought. Might be. I think it might be yours. I don't know. These? There's also these? Can I interest you in this one? I don't even know. I don't... Yeah, no worries. You can take them all. I don't even know what takes AAAs in this room. I don't even know why I have these, but I have them. Man. Hello, my love. You can have them all. No, please take them all. I don't know where to put them. I don't know where they... Thank you. Like, please. Please. You're just gonna munch on some? Oh my god, Lyra. Yesterday, I had Nikki on my desk with me, right? On his little perch. As he does sometimes. He's just with me, and he was restless. He was bored. And I was drinking hot tea while I was working on my VODs channel, like on YouTube, and I was busy, and he got bored, and I missed him fishing out a AA battery from my desk, because I have some on my desk for like my controller and my mouse, and he grabbed a AA battery and just dropped it in my tea. He dropped it in my mug. So yeah, I immediately dropped everything, grabbed the glass, stood up to walk to the bathroom to dunk my tea out in the sink so I wouldn't have to stick my hand in and fish the battery out. And then I turned around. I grabbed Nikki from my desk because I was like, I'm not leaving you here by yourself. And he was like, woo, like, you little shit. You little shit. Nikki is my African grey, for those of you unaware. But yeah, that's on me, right? For not keeping an eye on him constantly, but fuck. A battery? Really? In my tea? He didn't dunk it, he just dropped it. Get some pep in your step. What a little troublemaker. He really is. Pushcart. Also hi. Good to see you. Vitamins from the lithium. Get your... Alright, chat. Get him out of your system. Get him out of your system. Get your electrolytes. A real energy drink. There we go. There we go. I needed the energy, clearly. Clearly. I'm glad that it was this vessel, which is just glass and see-through. So if I hadn't heard the plunk, I would have seen it. You so love that parrot. He's a little shit, and I love him dearly. I really do. But sometimes... Yeah, no, it was on me. 'Cause, like, normally he's fine with just having a nap with me, just spending time with me here, just vibing, having a bit of a nap, being cozy. But he was restless, he was bored, and I didn't have any toys for him. So absolutely on me for not keeping an eye on him and making sure he had something to do. So he went exploring. And found a battery to drop in my tea. When are you gonna meet that for the one fateful day? Ah yes, parental unit is sick and tired. I shall give them pep in their step and provide a new type of energy drink. Here you go! Yeah. Blunk. I told this story to Kieran and he's like, oh no, he's been practicing. Because we have the smaller perches. Like I have one of the smaller perches here for him to sit on, but we have a big perch in the living room. And apparently he's been practicing, he's been sitting on the top perch, the top step of the big perch, dropping walnut shells in his water bowl. So, I don't know what he's preparing for, but he's prepared. Oh, blow my nose. It's a good sign though, chat. I haven't had to blow my nose in a few hours now, so we're getting there. But yeah, when he was calm and cozy with me though, and I was sick because I've been sniffly and like snotty for a week or so, less than a week, because last week I made plans to do things on Monday and then bam. But he's been with me throughout the week and just cozy and calm and vibing. But at one point he also wanted a tissue because I constantly kept using tissues and he wanted in. It's like, this is the latest hype. I need me some of that. So yeah, I just gave him a clean tissue just so he could hold it in his talon and rip to shreds because he wanted in. It's like, okay, sure. You just want to be included, little guy. You just want to be included. That's okay. But yeah, the entire household has been sick and sniffly, and the other day, well, he also did it while he was with me, where he just blew my nose and he goes, "Brrr." I'm like, yes, thank you, buddy. Thank you for your solidarity. Him just want to be included, you know? Planning for the day, walnut flavored water takes over the world. Won't be soon. Hot dog flavored water still reigns, but one day. Meantime, you're making dinner, lima beans and roti sauce. Ooh, with the rice and mushrooms. That sounds really good, Sebastian. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had them. What do they taste like, lima beans? Ah, no, I should not have blown my nose. I can feel the itch of a sneeze coming. No! Ooh, you're not sure yet. This is a bit of an experiment. Nice. Alright, chat. I think this is my last one because it's the last bit of loof I have grabbed. And then we'll find someone to say hello to. See if someone else is doing something creative. Probably, surely. Oh, I can't wait to have done all of this. I might work on it some more during the week just to get it done. And then I can soak the whole thing in water to dissolve the pattern, the backing, and then finally get around to actually making the thing. Because once I've done the entire pattern, if I want to dissolve this, like this part I did with a spray bottle, but it's quite stiff because there's still a lot of glue residue on here. So I think I'll wait until I've done the entire thing and then just dunk it like in the tub, properly rinse it all out. I need to use a fabric shaver anyway because the wool is already starting to pill at some points. The black wool, because it's a wool blend. Couldn't afford the real deal, chat. But yeah, that's okay. I have a fabric shaver. But then at least I'll have a badass cloak. I think I did quite a lot today. Let me release this thing from the mat. There we go. Yeah. Did this entire lower part. But yeah, you can see with the spray bottle it's left. I had to be really careful not to erase this because this I still need to do. Oh yeah. Yeah! MothCloth! MothCloth, friends. We're getting there. There we go. It's me, my face. Hello. I made a mess. I really did. Thank you for hanging out with me today, friends. It's been wonderful. I had a good time, but yeah, I'm getting a bit tired. You can tell by my my healthy glow. Let's go see who's doing what, shall we? Who is doing what? You also just write it out. I had a good time. Yeah, and you had a good time as well. Thanks. That's always nice to hear. Who is doing what? None of my regulars are on. Or at least not doing anything artsy, crafty of the like, but this looks nice. You wanna go say hi to someone new, chat? This looks real pretty. I wanna go say hi to someone new. It's always scary for me to go say hi to someone new because I don't know what the community is like. Yeah. No, my anxiety won't let me. I'm sorry, Jan, but we're gonna go say hello to another lovely being who is also not shy of the topics we've talked about today. And in fact is, I would say, not shy at all. We're gonna go say hi to Barbie. Barbie's doing some Power Wash Sim. Or as she calls it, Squirty Sunday. Should give you a bit of an idea of what well, Barbie is like. Barbie is also a fantastic artist who does painting. Not today, because as I said, she is playing Power Wash Sim, but I'm sure if we ask about her paintings, she might have one on hand she can show us. So yeah, let's do it. Grab some raid text if you want it, friends. I'll be back on. Let me double check my calendar. Should I have done that before raiding? Probably, yeah. Friday is a maybe, friendos. Friday is a maybe. And if all goes well, I'll be back on Saturday. Keep an eye on the Discord, !Discord. And on my schedule here on Twitch, because I like to update that as well. Yeah. See you when I see you, friends. Let's just call it that. I hope I feel better soon, too. And remember, take care of yourselves. Take care of your spoons. I'm gonna see you all around in the realms of Twitch, alright? I love you all. Bye-bye!